They're up every morning, tending to their forest of food, planting spinach and broccoli and, well, everything really.
Ideally, we like to have as much green cover on the bed as possible, and also it means we've got lots of diverse and fun things to harvest as well.
They call themselves earth workers.
This has probably 1 billion microbes in it. You really need just a tiny bit.
They feed life in the soil, that in turn feeds all kinds of plants. I don't want to be rude, but this garden bed looks like it could do with a bit of a weed.
Yeah, it totally does look like that. There is a lot going on in here. We do have crops. We've got carrots, we've got some leafy greens, we've got these leeks, but we have got lots of lovely weeds coming through.
Lovely weeds. That seems really bizarre to me, but lovely weeds.
They're supporting healthy soil biology. They're filling the soil with sugars. These weeds are also protecting and covering the soil. And then there's other edible weeds, such as plantain, which is incredibly good for you.
It's called OMG Urban Farm, a For the Love of Bees initiative that after 5 years is now growing thousands of kilos of food, right smack in the middle of Auckland City.
There's a kind of an understanding that farming goes on out there and city things go on in here, and if you can have one of these every few Ks and feed everyone in your local spot. You don't need all of the carbon for transport. You don't need to worry about as much packaging.
On a sloped, rocky section of land that's been loaned to them by City Rail Link, they're feeding a community.
This is our weekly veggie box.
What I love about this is that if I went to the supermarket right now, I'd be able to buy broccoli and carrots. Everything else here is an absolute mystery to me.
We're only growing what's appropriate for the season, and that again is another opportunity to educate people on what is actually available.
Because this isn't just about the food.
We aren't only farmers, we also educators, we're teachers, we work with the community, but for this to have real impact, we also want to be able to educate other people to do it.
One person who needs no convincing is leading chef Sid Sarawat. His restaurants Cassia and the French Cafe feature flavours pulled straight from these beds.
We have the code to the gate and there's so much going on. You got the yacons, you got the fig leaves, you got bronze fennel. You can't pick up the phone and order those kind of things. Those things you need to harvest them every day.
Yeah, so this one's the wandering dock or potato vine.
Yeah, I love this one. It's got a nice kind of, almost like a sorrel kind of finish to it, right?
It does.
To be in the middle of the Auckland city, to have a garden like that, it means everything to us. It keeps that real strong connection between the diner and the chef and the community.
The staying power of this place is the community interaction. We're right in the middle of all of these apartments that people can't have gardens. They come here, they volunteer and can be in a green space and get nutrient-dense food.
Have you guys ever sort of calculated how much food you've pulled out of here in a year?
Yeah, so on average, the last year we did almost 4,000 kgs of produce.
4,000 kgs?
Off of about 350 square meters of growing space.
Wow.
I feel, and the organisation feels, that this is really where it needs to happen within urban areas where people are disconnected from their food, and green spaces and the enjoyment of watching carbon-based life grow.
Because plant by plant and then person by person, they're growing change.